So now we're going to take a look at the elastomers. I know I've been mentioning the manual quite a lot, and this is arguably the feature where the manual is most useful, because it is impressive. Obviously, it looks like just a bunch of rubbers and spacers, and it is incredible the amount of different combinations that you can actually make, and the nuances in feeling that you can get on the brake pedal with our Talento SimPedals. So obviously we have the yellow elastomers are slightly softer than the red elastomers, and you can mix and match them with hard stoppers that will not even move. And that means that you can get different, so double staged braking, where, for example, let's say you're driving a GT3 car, or an even better example would be a trophy car like an MX-5, where you really don't want to hit ABS. You want to be threshold braking most of the time, so you'll be wanting to apply 75-80% of the braking, sometimes less. And what you can do is have a double stage feeling on the pedal. So you have an initial phase where you get to those 75, and then you feel that added resistance, which allows you to really play with that limit, with that threshold braking on your foot. And obviously, because the sensibility of your foot applying so much pressure with your leg, it's very different from something like force feedback on your hands, where very tiny, minute inputs, you can feel them through your hands. With your foot, it's very important for the pedal to feel heavy duty, and for you to really feel that step, that added step of force. So for that, we should be able to now show you a screenshot of what's written in the manual. The manual mentions the existence of these three very heavy duty elastomers. Every single elastomer has its own stopper. These are machined, these are extremely high quality, and they are designed to make sure that your elastomers do not fail. So we have tested a brake pedal at 200 kilograms of force, and we say it takes 160, so we tested at 200 kilograms of force for 2 million cycles. The elastomers didn't change at all. The whole system remained exactly the same as it was in the beginning of that test. So again, this was engineered and designed to last for a very long time and to keep your performance at all times. So it is very important that you never remove the spacers, otherwise you might damage the elastomers. So just always keep them. They're very tight, so they don't even fall out because they're so nicely tied together. Again, same thing here, they don't fall. You will get the different sizes. And very important to notice as well is that there are two yellow elastomers with two different sizes. Again, when you go on the manual, it's important to notice that there are two different sizes. This is quite important when you're doing those double-staged brake forces, because those will help you understand what elastomer to use in which circumstance. So we can just go on the manual and change it. So right now, what we have here is a setup where for you to apply, you can do the full travel, so the full travel of the brake, and apply 100 kilograms of force to the load cell. It's a 200 kilogram load cell, by the way. So now we're going to go for a setup where you get the full travel of the brake pedal again, and use 160 kilograms instead of the 100 that comes with the standard kit. So for that, this is one of the many setups you can get, and they are all in the manual. What you can do is use one of the red elastomers, one, so the small yellow and the large yellow, plus that gap for the pad to disc distance, so feeling on your pedal. And very important as well is to know that these elastomers go in with the rubber first. Okay, so rubber first, rubber first, rubber first, spacer, and finally our stopper. And now we apply the preload, get it tight. There we go. And now with this system, once you press it, you'll get, this is just the preload. And then obviously I cannot move it with my arms. You will get a progressive feeling. It really feels, this is, if I would put it as a race car, it feels a bit like a GT3 car. This would be the feeling of a GT3 car. Obviously, every car is different. You can even, as a racing driver, you can request a stiffer or softer brake. So it's always about your own preference. But this has very good feedback, this configuration here. And then there's a bunch of different configurations where you add stiffer elastomers and remove one of these, for example. So you could remove the large yellow and add 2 of these and remove the pad to disc distance, for example. Or, again, this is full travel, 160 kilograms of force. Or you can have very, very little travel. So instead of, and you know, we will be showing you video footage of the full travel. That's 160 kilograms. And someone needs to go to the gym to do those 160 kilograms a lot of times, because it's a proper workout. And you can actually then use solid elastomers, solid spacers, to then have those same 160 kilograms with very, very, very little travel. So like this, for example. Each of these only travels 2.5 millimeters, for example. We can go even, obviously, less. We can get another one and have the least travel possible, which really just feels like a brick. So, you know, we can go all the way from very soft 25 kilograms for, you know, whoever's, for someone who's, for example, just starting to use something like a cup car or a road car feeling on the brake, all the way to practicing Formula 3, for example, very short brake pedal feeling. So this is how you use your performance kit, getting the maximum from your Talento SimPedals. ImSim's made a big effort to make it as adaptable to your liking, to your taste as possible, and also making sure that you get the maximum performance for your racing, for your practice, for your consistency as well. And see you next time.